Point number 2 in my definition, I want to let you know, stress does not come overnight. It's a family of systems. It doesn't develop overnight. It won't start today. You had a problem today, then you are stressed. No, it's a family of systems. It touches many things. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a family of systems. Point number 3, still looking at that, the word stress. And that one we are saying that stress can be positive and negative. It has a positive side and a negative side. Actually, what you call the distress and eustress. You remember that? Majority of you remember that. It has a positive side and a negative side. Then finally, because I've elaborated a lot, I want me to say this, that it's a statement now to wrap up that, and I'm saying this. It is impossible to live effectively without some amount of stress. It is impossible. It is impossible to live without a certain level of stress. It is actually impossible. You can put into bracket after that one. Put into bracket. Brackets, they are they called bracket or blankets? Which is which? Tuko tunaita alama za mambano. Weka alama za mambano hapo. Alama za mambano ni bracket. Andika hivi. We are saying it is impossible to live without some amount of stress. Just say this. There is nothing called stress-free. You can't start and say, I'm now stress-free. It doesn't happen. It will not happen under the face of the earth. There's no one time. Do you remember in Form 4, when you said you are stress-free? Most of the time is when you did your last papers. Even in college, the day you finished the last paper, you went telling people what? I am now. How long were you stress-free? How long did it take? It didn't take even a minute, am I right? Yeah. And then you finally got arranged to marry. Finally she said yes. You remember that day? With a lot of nostalgia. I know you remember that day. Because bankers are human beings. Because we didn't have a lot of technology and civilization. The gentlemen who married us and who had married earlier, some of them didn't even used to have enough clothes for the day. The day of proposal is a serious day. So they would be borrowed. No, mtu ameazima. Ameazima kiatu kikubwa. Ameazima paka watch, which was not operating. To pose for the day. And a jacket. Even the jacket was not his own. Let me tell you, it was a serious day. Now look at me. Today, it is not a matter of that. People are proposing. What's up? It's a serious issue. It's a serious situation. Now listen here. So, finally she said yes, I think it is the will of God. You know. And you were very, very, and then you went home saying, at least she has agreed, I am now stress-free. Tell your neighbor, kitadawiri. And finally the day you married, you say now, all problems are kitadawiri. They were not over, it was simply a new phase. A new phase of life. That girl, gentleman that you married that day, look at me. You married her the way you'd like. Do you know why I'm talking this way? Because bankers are human beings. They are human beings. You are going through the normal life of every other person. Am I right? You know that God himself to an amount of stress in order to accomplish his assignment on earth. Am I right? Yes, he was hungry. He got tired. He exerted himself. Therefore, when we are talking about stress, we are not saying anybody is sick. We are not saying anyone is a failure. We are simply saying you are living a normal life. Let me look in a more technical way. Some causes very quickly. Why do people experience stress in the working environment, in the working place? You are representing branches. Am I right? Yes, you are representing branches. and you are working, people are working under you, where is their stress? Where does it come from? Number one, there are those external issues. And I'll say, we all come from different backgrounds. Different backgrounds. Let's go quickly here. You've got this person who has just come, and you don't know where they're coming from. And this is a person who is brought up with a different background. Walipokuwa, nisaidie na maji. Walipokuwa, nisaidie na nini ya maji. Hebu niangalie. Walipokuwa wakikua kwao, when they were brought up, they never knew what it means to put things in order. Things in order. Now they come and they are working under you. You keep on talking about structures of equity. Look at him. You keep on talking about putting things in order. Huyo mfanyikazi inaingilia hapa. Hebu niangalie, inaingilia hapa, inafanya nini? Inatokea huku. She does not understand. Do you know one of the causes? And you get stressed. You know one of the causes? Different background. Can everybody pronounce that? 1, 2, 3. Those are people that cannot return. Let me tell you, Syria, what actually ails the workers? If they listen to this and go and teach the juniors, the performance and the returns of people to God. People who cannot return, that person cannot return, is a very good man. If he starts talking, he talks great things. He can give advice on how Kenyan government should withdraw their forces from Somalia and talk like a diplomat. But he cannot return. Ile sabuni mahali alitoa. Akichukua sabuni haoge. He cannot return. It's your neighbor. What is the problem? Unable to return Colgate. Point number 1. Let me hear. No. Point number 1 is different. Number 2. Personality dispositions. Different personality disposition is a major cause of stress. I'm dealing with the banker within the bank and outside. So listen to me as we get outside and we come back. Now here is a banker with a junior. The person who sits next to you. Your personalities do not like you. Are like east and west. And let me tell you, as I come back to home, because you are raising young children, and I see majority of you are young. Anytime you have 2 children, look at me. You have these 2 personalities. Most of the time. I'll give you. Personality number 1 of the first child you always get in one way or another is a child we call compliant child. Can everybody say compliant? This is a child, ukimwambia amka uende, anaenda. Mtoto ukimwambia kimbia kwa duka, anakimbia. It's a child that is very good in following instructions. Look at me. It is a child who is not argumentative. And you always know them when they are born. They don't disturb you when they are young. Unazamu amefungua macho. Analala. Watu wanasema, mama anasema, mtoto hanisumbui, mimi nakifanyia kazi. The first one is which personality? Which one did I say? Compliant. This child will never make you to be called in school. If you never be called, it is because he is the most improved or most disciplined. Kila wakati anasimama kwa kanisa, anatoa mashairi, anaongoza. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Hebu look at me. Unaambia watu ni maombi tuliyoomba. Ni maombi. Sikatai ni maombi. Mungu akubariki ni maombi. Anasimama kwa shule when you go for prize giving. There is apparently every time you go there, you receive gifts with this child. Mnaenda mathematics ni yeye ameanza. Mkienda kurudi unasikia hata science ni yeye. Mnafanya kitu kinaitwa 360 degrees. Unabeba gifts. And you are so happy about that child. You tell everyone, look at me. Sama tega. You get the second one. The second one is a child we call strong-willed. They even did inaitwa nini ile mnafanya before baby shower. Na ukapost kwa wall and everybody say congratulations, but they never knew you are not sleeping. Mtoto anaamka asubuhi usiku around 7. Mleta story ingine na kuzungusha masikia kwa goroma. The people we are praying against, but thank God they are here with Equity. We don't want to throw away customers from Equity. Am I right? Am I right? But you are telling God, help this customer. Msaidie. Hii maswali ananiuliza mpe neema. Angejua sijalala. Are you there? Am I in sarcasm? Am I speaking the reality? Is it what we are happening and we are going through? Yes. You called a second born. Let me tell you, look at me. Let me tell you. Because this child is and even in the maternity, the people knew that child when he was born. Walijua, alilia. Nurse anaenda live asubuhi, anarudi, anakuta, anaendelea kulia. Nasema, mtoto hajaanza kulia. You know why? It's a personality. It's a strong-willed child. He must declare and decree and announce with capital letters. Yule mgeni mlikuwa mnangojea. Do you remember? That is Luke 15 from verse 11. He had the two. He had the first one, the compliant. The second one was strong-willed. Genesis 27, if you read the Bible, 25. Isaac, your namesake, gave birth to twins, two, Esau and Jacob. Esau is compliant, Jacob is strong-willed. Jesus Christ, amepata Esau na Yakobo. Yakobo anatoka nyuma, lakini anasema hauniachi, anashika kisigino cha ndugu yake hapa. Kisigino ni hapa, viungo vya mwili. Kisigino ndio hii, ameshika kisigino cha Esau. Wakitoka ameshika hivi, because he's strong-willed. You cannot go before me. And let me tell you, in reality, Jacob was blessed instead of Esau. Am I right? Esau is a firstborn, but Jacob takes the firstborn right and blessing. Now look here. These are the children that we have at home. You have a second-born who is a strong will. Let me give you a few characteristics of a strong will. Number one, they are very adventurous. Utaacha hii simu yako hapo mtoto wako. Number two, they are curious. Number three, they are highly gifted. Strong-willed children are highly gifted. Number four, most of the time they have problems with authority. They have challenge with authority. It is a strong-willed child who makes you to be called in school because of discipline matters. Unaenda huko na story, unajua deputy aliye mbele ya huyu amemaliza na sijawahi itwa. That is a familiar story. Let me tell you, brought up properly, the strong-willed children later on become strong leaders. Strong leaders. The challenge of parents here, because you are parents now or in the future, is to label them. If you label one bad, one is an enemy, no, one is a devil, the other one is an angel, you lose it. You lose both. Look at the father of the prodigal son. He never lost any one of them. He gained the compliant one and also received the strong-willed. Are you there with me? Are you there with me? Now look here. Even in marriage, can you look at me? If you're having challenges in marriage, check the personality. It could be, my brother, you are compliant, but you married a strong-willed woman. She is your blessing forever. Nobody will ever do you. Always marry a strong-willed. If you are strong-willed, guess what? Physics, opposite attracts each other. Opposite, that's what? I'm not a very good physics student. They do what? They attract. It is because of that lady. She would wake up and talk before people and say, nimepata, Mungu asante. The same voice. The same girl. Let me tell the ladies looking at me here. A woman is a girl even at age 90. The female gender is the only gender allowed to remain in its original state. A woman is a girl even at age 90, but can you call a man a boy? No. Is it possible to call a man a boy? You can't call a man a boy. Hey! Am I right? Am I right? We are the only gender allowed to remain in our original state. If you call a woman a girl at age 90, they are very happy. Am I right? Kasana kaye? Kayes. Na kona 90. So I'm telling the ladies here, let me come out of that one. Now look here. When you look at me and the way I'm talking to you, hey, guess what? Which personality do you think I fall into? No problem. Evaluate me properly. Do your analysis correctly. Which one do you think I fall into, my brother? What do you think I am? Strong-willed. Yes. Yes. And dramatizes. Let me tell you, as you see me dramatizes, forget not, I'm about to approach my 57th birthday. Wow. I am in August. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Let me tell you, 57. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 7. So when I can dramatize like this, women of my age are not waking up. In an era like this, let the grace continue. Am I right? Let the grace continue. Hey, I think the dramatization has taken part. It has actually contributed. When I come here and I'm laughing for a whole hour, when I go back, I think I feel energized. Let me tell you, I'm through with that. When you see your wife talking, gentlemen, bear with her. Because a woman must talk, and they talk inside Equitable. You look at women when they are seated there and realize the queue has more women than men. Take more water. Take more water. The journey is hard. Because women, you hear, we are supposed to use at least 2,500 words per day. It is the normal dose here. Tell your neighbor, dose here. Yes, if it is not full, by the time you are going to sleep, guess what? It is the husband who will feel it. So I want to request gentlemen who are married here, give her a lot of time. Let her talk. Keep on doing like this, okay? You're secure. Because when you go there, she will talk at the night. Saa nane anakuamsha nakwambia amka tumaliziane. Tumaliziana. Unajua? And let me tell you the ladies here. The ladies listening to me. And you've got a son. You've got a daughter. If you don't have, you have a brother. Men don't like talking at night. With reasons. I will give you the results next time. Reasons why men don't talking at night. Give us one. I'll give you one. Look at me. You know, even when a man wakes up at night and he's going to the loose, anaambiaka macho yake usione beyond there. Because the moment he talks, the brain opens up. It's like in the morning. Ni kama kumekuwa asubuhi. A man, guy, the other one you can write this has to do with the challenges of health cause stress. People when they have health problems, they cause a lot of stress. That is a problem. And there are people who develop what we call hypochondriasis challenge. These are challenges whereby any, and especially after corona, any ailment, there's no R, ailment. I hope you can hear the L. Are you hearing the L? Ailment. Because there are people who don't have L and R. It disappears when they took water. by their own personal issues. Kuna wengine kila kitu ni amen. Unapotamka unalegeza ulimi. Unapotamka unawekelea ulimi kwenye kakando. Kuniangalia. Amen. There are people who have any ailment in the body is interpreted to be a major disease. That is a problem we call hypochondriasis. Hypochondriasis, they will go from one doctor to another. Anasikia kichwa inauma, and it happens so much during corona time. Every time people divide, even here, even when you are seated here, right here, as educated and diplomatic we are, if one of us sneezes, watu angalia pale waseme watu wameanza kufanya nini? Especially after corona, every time you feel an ailment, you interpret it to be a very major disease. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's a sign, it's a cause of stress. And they move from one doctor to, look at me, doctor to, and they take medicine, they don't finish this one, they go for another one, they don't finish this one, they go to another one. When you find yourself taking too much medicine and you're not finishing one, then it's a sign you are very stressed. Another point here, another cause of stress has to do with when we are moving on, lack of time management. People do not have time management. Unresolved conflicts. Kuna mahali ulitoka, before you were transferred where you are, there was a problem with a certain boss. Look here, I'm doing what we call mass counseling now. Where you came from where you were transferred, you had the problems with very many people in that setup. So you came to this one. Now you are believing other problems. Now, look at me. You may say, watu hawakupendi, but the fact of the matter is, it is not the people with the problem. The problem is where? There. You may say, even yule ambaye alikuwa juu yangu, alikuwa ananiangalia na macho mbaya asubuhi mapema. Siku hiyo, nitapoteza pesa. Now you're becoming suspicious and religious for no reason. If you have a problem in one setup, another one, most likely you have what you call unresolved conflicts. You have not yet known how to resolve them. And let me tell you, gentlemen, looking at me, majority of you are young. One of the things the current generation does not have, it has hard skills. You have certificates. You have high technology. Look at me. But one thing the current generation is lacking is soft skills. Mtu na mwingine wakikosana, the only solution, uchukue gun ufanye nini? You shoot. A man will kill his children and the wife and throw them away. You look at that situation, are you forgetting the case of Mago? Can you remember a man by the name Mago? Mago killed his children and his wife, I think, several years ago. Can you remember that? When they took us through the video to the home of Mago, it was a good home with the two garages. Storage and everything was in that home. Then you ask yourself, where was the problem? Who else killed another day? There are people who have killed others. And then you wonder why. Where is the reason? The reason is that point. Can I hear? The one you have written last. Unresolved conflict. And one of the reasons of that, look at me, you can put there, number what in another cause? Very quickly. Have you counted yours? 6. Now you can put this. Lack of a proper birth order. Lack of a proper birth order. What do I mean by that?